Today, year 9. Today we're going to be looking at the last poem in our collection on conflict and war. This time looking from the perspective of a very recent war and an incident that sparked a huge war and a very, very significant one, probably the most important event politically or geopolitically in the 21st century, and that's the September the 11th or 9/11 attacks. Here we have a victim of war. So it's not written from the point of view of a soldier, but someone who is actually trapped at the top of the World Trade Center by fire that's unable to get out. So today we're going to be looking at how a poem can convey a powerful and complex message. Out of the Blue is actually an extract. It's a short part of a longer piece or a longer poem by Simon Armitage, who's a poet from Leeds in Yorkshire, which is near where I'm from originally. The first thing we need to do is make sure that we understand a little bit about September 11th. Now, I'm sure you guys know a bit about it already. I've created a Google quiz. What I'd like you to do is answer the 10 questions, the multiple choice. But if you don't know an answer, what I'd like you to do is look up the correct answer. All right, so just go through it slowly. There's no time limit or anything. Don't just guess and rush through it. I want you to actually research the answer to each one, because I'm sure there'll be some questions you don't know. Once you've done that, I've supplied some different emotions, because there were lots of different reactions to what happened, and sometimes they were very complex and sometimes they were straightforward and sometimes they were all linked together. So we have here some people that were directly affected by the war. I'm a senator, Colin Powell, part of the military, and Michael Walters, who was a photojournalist as well. I've got some contextual information here about the poet, what the poet's tried to do, and a little bit about the actual piece itself. Then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to read the extract. I'd like you to watch and listen to the extract being read by the poet itself. And then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to step sit. And I'd like you to keep your notes ready, because next lesson we will be going through this, and the first thing we're going to do is I want to hear what you guys have come up with your steps. You'll need to have that ready. And then what we'll do is we'll analyze that in a bit more detail. This is the last text that we're looking at. So we've gone through this chronologically from the beginning of the 20th century right through to one of the most recent wars that's affected, countries internationally, globally, from a range of perspectives. Then we're going to look at our assessment. So I'll explain what that will be next time. And of course, as always, I'm going to give you a choice about which text you focus on for your assessment, because I think that's important, that you're engaging with a poem that you feel particularly comfortable with and confident about. All right. I will be online if you've got any particular questions or queries. So it's only these short tasks today. So just going through the PowerPoint, responding to the quiz, reading, listening to the poem, and then making your notes using steps. Okay, thank you very much, and I will see you next lesson.